Welcome to English to Grow. English for TOEFL and IELTS. TOEFL ITP Grammar Practice Test 1. Answers and explanations. Now, let's begin with question 1. Doctors diagnosed her lipoid pneumonia. Let's look at each option and feel it out naturally. A. 4. Doctors diagnosed her for lipoid pneumonia? Uh-oh, that sounds off. We usually say someone is treated for a disease, not diagnosed for it. So this one? No, incorrect. For doesn't fit with diagnosed. B. By. Let's try, doctors diagnosed her by lipoid pneumonia. No, that sounds like the disease did the diagnosing. By is used for agents or methods, like by using a microscope or by the doctor, but here it's not the right fit. Incorrect. C. With. Now this one, doctors diagnosed her with lipoid pneumonia. Yes, that sounds natural and correct. We say, she was diagnosed with diabetes. He was diagnosed with asthma. So this one, 100%. Correct answer C, with. So yeah, when we talk about someone being diagnosed, we use with to name the illness. It's like saying, she was diagnosed with lipoid pneumonia. That's the natural, correct way to say it.
Question 2. Science is the study of the natural world. It helps us understand blank. Let's look at each option and feel it out naturally. A. How things work. Science helps us understand how things work. Yes, this sounds natural and correct. We often say, science helps us understand how gravity works, or biology helps us understand how plants grow. Correct, answer A, how things work. Why? Because this is a statement followed by a positive idea. When you write a statement and it's followed by a positive idea, you use normal sentence structure, not question form. That means subject plus verb, no helping verbs like do, does, or did unless it's a question. B. How do things work? Science helps us understand how do things work. Nope, that's a question form. We only use do when asking how do things work. But here we're explaining, not asking. Incorrect. C. How work things. Science helps us understand how work things. That word order is wrong. In English, we say how things work, not how work things. Incorrect. D. Things that work how. Science helps us understand things that work how. This structure is confusing and unnatural. It doesn't follow standard English phrasing. Incorrect. Correct answer, A. How things work. The correct structure is how things work. It follows the rule, statement plus positive idea equals normal sentence structure. No helping verbs like do, does, or did unless it's a question.
Question 3. Kulen Mountain, a sacred and historically significant site located in Siem Reap Province, Cambodia. Let's look at each option and feel it out naturally. A. It is. Kulen Mountain, it is a sacred site. No, that's a double subject. Kulen Mountain and it. In English, we don't repeat the subject like that. So this option is incorrect. B. Which is. Kulen Mountain, which is a sacred site. This sounds like part of a longer sentence, but it's missing something. Which is needs a comma before it, like Kulen Mountain, which is a sacred site, is loved by many. But here we're just making a simple statement, not adding extra information. So this choice is wrong. C. That it is. Kulen Mountain, that it is a sacred site. No, this is a mix-up. That it is used in indirect speech, like they believe that it is sacred. But here we're just describing the mountain directly. This answer is also incorrect. D. Is. Kulen Mountain is a sacred and historically significant site. Yes, that's clear, natural, and grammatically correct. Grammar rule reminder. Normal structure, subject plus verb. Avoid inserting which, that, or it unless you're adding a second verb. Wrong structure. Kulin Mountain, which is. Kulin Mountain, that it is. These are incorrect unless part of a longer sentence with an additional verb. Correct structure. Simple statement. Kulin Mountain is a sacred site. Extended structure with which or that. Kulin Mountain, which is sacred, attracts many visitors. They believe that it is sacred. So if you use which or that, you must also include a second verb to complete the clause.
Question 4. While visiting a low-income area, Shailene saw a woman, blank, a child on her back instead of using a baby stroller. Let's look at each option and feel it out naturally. A. Carrying. Shailene saw a woman carrying a child. Yes, this sounds smooth and correct. After verbs like see, watch, or notice, we often use the bare participle or present participle to describe the action. So this answer is right, and this option is correct. B. Carry. Shailene saw a woman carry a child. This one's actually possible in spoken English, especially when we want to emphasize the whole action. Saw someone carry is grammatically acceptable, but it's less common in descriptive writing. Still, it's not the best fit for this sentence's tone. So this answer is grammatically possible, but less natural here, so this option is not preferred. C. To carry. Shailene saw a woman to carry a child. No, that's not how we use see. We don't say see someone to do something. We say see someone do or see someone doing. So this answer is wrong, so this option is also incorrect. D. Carried. Shailene saw a woman carried a child. This sounds like a passive sentence, but it's missing the helping verb. We would need was carried if it were passive, so this answer is wrong, so this option is also incorrect. Final answer, A. Carrying. Grammar rule reminder. After verbs of perception like see, hear, watch, notice, you can use bare infinitive, example, see someone carry, or present participle, example, see someone carrying. In this case, carrying fits best for describing the ongoing action. Now, look at these two sentences. 1. I saw Dara walk into the house. This uses the bare infinitive, walk, not walking, not to walk. It means you saw the whole action, from the moment Dara started walking all the way until she entered the house. It's like saying, I saw the whole thing, start to finish. 2. I saw Dara walking into the house. This uses the present participle, walking. It means you saw her in the middle of the action. Maybe she was halfway to the door, or just about to step in. It's like saying, I saw her while she was doing it, not necessarily the beginning or the end.
Question 5. Blank the grim primary reason for the Avro-Vulcan bomber, nuclear warfare, the charismatic aircraft was and is much loved. Let's look at each option. A. Although. Although the grim primary reason for the Avro-Vulcan bomber. This sounds like it's missing something. Although is a subordinating conjunction, so it needs a full clause after it. We'd expect something like, although the reason was grim, but here we don't have a verb after although, so this answer is incomplete and this option is also incorrect. B. Despite. Despite the grim primary reason for the Avro-Vulcan bomber, yes, this sounds natural and correct. Despite is a preposition and it's followed by a noun phrase, despite the reason. Then the main clause follows. The aircraft was and is much loved. So this answer works perfectly and this option is correct. C. In spite. In spite the grim primary reason. Uh-oh, that's not quite right. The correct phrase is in spite of, not just in spite. Without of, the sentence is grammatically broken, so this answer is wrong, and this option is also incorrect. D. Albeit the fact that the grim primary reason. This is awkward and overly formal. Albeit is used to mean although, but it's typically followed by a noun or adjective, not a full clause. Also, albeit the fact that is considered redundant and clunky in modern usage. So this answer is confusing, and this option is also incorrect. Final answer, B. Despite. Grammar tip. When you want to show contrast between two ideas, the structure depends on whether you're using a noun or a full clause. Use despite or in spite of when you're contrasting a noun phrase. Structure: despite or in spite of, noun, subject, verb. Despite the rain, the children played outside. In spite of her illness, she came to school. Use although, though, or albeit the fact when you're contrasting two full clauses, each with a subject and verb. Structure: although, though, or albeit the fact that, plus subject, verb, subject, verb. Although it was raining, the children played outside. Though she was tired, she kept working. Albeit the fact that, the task was difficult, they succeeded. Warning: common mistake to avoid. Don't mix structures like, although the rain, the children played, or, despite it was raining. These are grammatically incorrect because they mismatch the connector with the wrong type of phrase.